Hi, this is Point Man. I got a pet peeve. I want to talk about this. Acting black or acting white? What is that? Oh, you're acting white. Got a story to tell you. I grew up in the military. My father was in the Air Force for 21 years. And it was an absolute blessing for me and my family, my brother, mom, dad. There's only four of us. And I realized that being a military brat, an Air Force brat, has exposed me to so many wonderful things. Different cultures, different people, different environments. I had an opportunity my parents took us to Europe on vacations, summer vacations. I got a chance to, walk in the Eiffel Tower, go in the salt mines of Germany, go to Amsterdam, Austria, Switzerland. I've done a lot of different things, and I have been blessed with wonderful parents who've given me the opportunity of so much. They gave it, it was there. And one of the best things they ever did for me was to expose me to different people. Now, growing up as a kid, in the military, it's all I pretty much knew until 1977 when my dad retired from the Air Force. I moved from Minot, North Dakota to Florida. And living in Minot was great. Very cold. I lived on base, a lot of kids, all different cultures, white, black, Asian, Latino, and we all got along very well because this is how I grew up. I grew up in a very multicultural environment. My parents, my dad grew up in an environment where he was in an all-black high school, all-black neighborhood in St. Louis, Missouri, and I saw unbelievable change in my dad as I grew up. The military exposed him to different people. For the first time now, he was around different people. Now, my dad went in the military in 1957, in the 50s, and the military was much different. I mean, there was racism, there was segregation, but I saw my dad change and develop over those 21 years to where he used to talk about white people and how you can't trust them, this, that, and da-da-da-da. But then, after my father after he got the exposure to more white people, I saw a change in him. And I saw white people who also changed. Because now, like, the military kind of forces you to work together. The military has a code. There are things that you got to do. You got to follow. You got to go point A, point B, point C. It's very organized and very structured compared to living in the civilian world. This is just my opinion. And I'm just giving you my experience. And, growing up, we all sounded the same. We all spoke alike. Black people sounded like white people. White people sounded like black people. I never knew that there was a difference until my father got out of the service. That's when I realized there was a difference. And then I started noticing that when I met people as a civilian, black and white Americans, I started to feel the energy. I go, were you ever in the military? Or was your parents ever in the military? I go, yeah, my dad was in the Army. Or yeah, my dad was in the Marines or Navy or Air Force. And I realized that we had a special type of connection. We were kids that were exposed to so many different things, to so many different people. We didn't have all these racial hang-ups that most people do in the civilian world. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people in the military that have racial hang-ups. Yeah, they're there, but they weren't as prevalent as they are here in the civilian world. See a lot more of it here. So when we moved from Minot, North Dakota, moved to Florida when my dad retired, stayed close to the Air Force Base because most military people do. When they retire, they want to be kind of close to home. They're kind of detoxing themselves, the withdrawal thing. But we always stayed near the base because of our benefits. And let me tell you something. It was night and day. Moving from Minot, North Dakota to Miami, Florida was like going to a whole different world. It was very foreign to us. And I remember when I got in school, I was in high school, in Miami, and my brother and I, we were looked at like we were some type of alien, like we were foreign, because of the way we spoke. And people used to tease us and call us white boy and Oreo and all these different names they called us, but it never really bothered me because I realized, you know what? I am thankful for what I had. My parents gave me lots of opportunity and I had exposure to lots of people. I never knew a lot of the slang, the lingo, until I came to Florida. Didn't know it. And I didn't know that I spoke like a white person until I came to Florida. That's what I was told. You sound white. Now, what does that mean? If I sound white, does that make me proper? If I sound black, does that make me somehow negative? That being black or sounding black has negative energy attached to it, and being white or sounding white has positive energy attached to it. Let me tell you something. It was kind of tough because a lot of black people did not accept me. They said I was too white in the way I thought. Now, I didn't know that thinking white I didn't know there was a difference between thinking black and thinking white. This was all a new experience to me. All I thought of was that I want to be happy, I want to live a good life, I know I'm going to make mistakes, but I love people. It didn't matter what your color was. That's how I grew up. You know, my parents taught me that. My dad taught me that. My mom, who was racially mixed, taught me the same thing. Says you judge people by who they are on the inside, not what they are on the outside. Okay? Speaking white, it's ridiculous. You know, if you're using proper English, you're speaking. You're using proper English, or you're not using proper English. Are we saying that speaking black means you're not using proper English, and speaking white means you're using proper English? How about just proper English? Whether you're black or white, it doesn't really matter. We got to let this stuff go. Okay? I've had people, and I would talk to people on the phone, you wouldn't believe the surprises on their faces when they would meet me in person. Because oftentimes when people listen to me on the phone, they have no idea that I'm a black man. I am a black man, as you can see. This is how I was raised. This is how I speak. My parents spoke the same way. My friends spoke the same way. Yeah, I played hockey. Wasn't organized, but I played hockey and I ice skated and rode dirt bikes and I swim and I have a jet ski. I do all, and I even snow ski. Are these things that we associate just for white people? Black people can't do these things as well? And guess what? I can swim. I can tread water. I'm comfortable in the ocean. Does that mean I'm acting white? How about this? I'm enjoying my life. I'm having fun. I'm experiencing different things. That's what it's all about. I'm not acting white or acting black. You got to get off of that, America. Let it go. Okay? What we need to do is just live right. That's what we need to do. Again, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But as we get older, we should be learning more and more about ourselves, about other people, and we need to all just get along. This is Point Man.